Hello my fashion lovers, welcome to today's tutorial. Today we'll be looking at how to draft an off-shoulder princess that bustier. Please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, subscribe and put on your notification bell so that anytime I post a video, you'll be the first to watch the video. Please, if you have any question, do not hesitate to ask in the comment section. Please like and share my video. I love you. Let's go to the cutting table. Thank you. To start this tutorial, I'll make use of the ruler, the tape, the marker, the scissors, and the curved ruler. To get our starting point, we are going to know it's going to be an off-shoulder princess that busted. So you're going to know the number you're going to take out. I'm going to take out 5 inches. If you like, you can take 6 inches. You can take 5 inches, depending on how open you want it to be. But for me, I'll be taking out 5 inches. So from this 5 inches is going to be my starting point. Let me rule it out first. To serve as my shoulder line. These 5 inches will serve as my shoulder line and as well as my starting point. From this place, I'm going to mark my armhole length. My armhole length I'm working with is 9 inches. The bust length I'm working with is 11 inches. The under bust I'm working with is 14 inches. And the waist is supposed to be 17 inches. But sometimes after sewing this off-shoulder princess that bustier, you find out that it will reduce, the blouse will reduce. So I'm going to add extra 2 inches to it to avoid stories that touch. I'll rule it out. So this is my shoulder line. This is my chest line. Chest line. This is my. To determine the neck, you are going to take your shoulder measurement. The shoulder measurement I'm working with is 16 inches. When I divide it by 2, it's going to give me 8. It will give me 8, and I'm going to take away 1.5 from my shoulder measurement. From my half shoulder measurement, I'm going to deduct 1.5. This is my shoulder measurement, and I will deduct 1.5 from it. So this is going to be my neckline. To determine my bust point, to put my armhole curve, the bust I'm working with is 36. 36 divided by 4. 36 divided by 4 will give me 9 inches. And I will take it from my chest line. 9 inches plus 2 inches sewing allowance, and I will connect as my armhole curve. You can make it curve, you can make it straight, but I like making it straight. To get my dart line, I'm going to take my nipple to nipple measurement. Nipple to nipple measurement I'm working with is 7 inches. When you divide it by 2, it will give you 3.5 plus half inch sewing allowance. I'm adding all my sewing allowance here. It will give you 4. Take it down to the waistline and connect. From this bust line, I'm going to go up by 1 inch. And I'm going to come down by 1 inch. To avoid pointiness, when I finish sewing my princess off shoulder bustier. All right, to get the amount of that intake you're going to take, you're going to minus your bust from your under bust. The bust I'm working with is 36 and the other bust I'm working with is 30. So I'm going to subtract 36 from 30. It will give me 6. Because it's on fold, I'm going to divide that 6 by 2. And when I divide 6 by 2, it's going to give me 3. It's going to give me 3. So from here, I will take 2 inches from here, and I will take 1 inch from this side. That will connect to the I'll connect to the 1 inch that I came down with. Make sure you use your ruler to curve. And from here, we'll take it down to the waist. Take it down to the waistline. From the bust point, I went up by 1 inch. So I'm going to connect this 1 inch to the shoulder line. This is the shoulder line that I marked. I'm going to connect it to the shoulder line. And from this line, this shoulder line, I'm going to come down by ½ inch. I'm going to come down by ½ inch. And I'm going to connect. To get my neck curve, I'll be coming down by 2 inches, depending on how you want it. You can take 1 inch, or I want to take 2 inches, and I will connect. So now we're going to take our full body measurement. We are already taking out our bust. To take my under bust, 30 divided by 4 will give me 7 1/4. I'm going to place it here. I'm going to add these 3 darts that I'm going to cut off from here. I'm going to add it up, and I'm going to take my 2 inches sewing allowance. The waist I'm working with is 28. When you divide it by 4, it will give me 7, plus the 3 inches that I'm going to take out from here. Put it here, plus my 2 inches sewing allowance. I'll mark it here. Now I will connect. So we are done with the off shoulder princess dart busting. Now I'm going to cut. Please, when cutting, you have to be careful. Make sure you curve your hand. Make sure you curve your hand at this point so that it won't be pointy. So this is what we have. If you have any question, please do not hesitate to ask in the comment section. I've placed all the allowance I want to place on this drafting paper. So when you want to cut it on your fabric, fold your fabric into two, place it on top and cut. Let's go to the back pattern. When you want to cut out, always mark out your bust point so that when joining, it won't be difficult for you to join. Mark out your bust point, please. If you want to learn how to pad this, I've done it. I'll put the description box where you're going to see how to pad. For the back part, I'm still going to take out 5 inches. From this 5 inches, I'm going to mark my chest line, which is 9 inches, and my waist, which is 17 inches and 2 inches sewing allowance. And from here, I'm going to take my zip allowance. Zip allowance I'm working it is 1 inch. You can take 2 inches depending on what you want to work with. But for me, I feel comfortable working with only 1 inch. So I'm going to take it right here and mark it down. The zip allowance, 1 inch. And I'm going to mark out the chest line or the bust line. Chest line, or you can call it the bust line, and the waist, my zip allowance. Zip allowance. To take the dart measurement, nipple to nipple measurement I'm working with is 7 inches. When I divide it by 2, it will give me 3.5 plus ½ inch sewing allowance, make it 4. Take it down to the waist. Follow the line. From this first line, I'm going to come down by 1 inch. And on this line, waistline, I'm going to take ½ inch. And I'm going to take ½ inch and connect with a straight line. This is our dart intake. The shoulder measurement we're working with is 16 inches. Divided by 2 will give you 8, and we deducted 1.5 from it. 8. We deducted 1.5 from it. To get the chest line, the bust divided by 4. Bust divided by 4 will give you bust 36 divided by 4 will give me 9 plus 2 inches sewing allowance. Going to connect it to the shoulder point. My waist measurement is 26. 26 divided by 4 will give me 7 plus 2 inches sewing allowance plus the one that I'm going to take out. Going to connect. And from here, from this zip allowance, I'm going to come down by 1 inch. Now connect. Now to take out our zip bulge, I'm going to go up by 1 inch from the waistline. I will go up by 1 inch to avoid folds, and I will connect back to the waistline to avoid folds. Now we're going to cut. If you have any question, please ask in the comment section. Now to mark it out on my fabric is going to be on fold while I place my pattern. And for the sleeve, for the off-shoulder sleeve, I'm going to put the link in the description box so that you can click on it and watch. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask. Thank you very much.